All right, so the first thing that I want to show you where is it? This is today's assignment. And like I said, because a lot of people aren't here right now, I'm gonna have this be due actually on Friday, but we'll start working on it today because you'll have two big things due Friday in prep for Monday when you will turn in your hypothesis test. But what we're gonna do today is actually go to our PAL website, and here is our login information. So you'll go to Weebly, that's the host. The account that you'll use is flcpoliticalanalysislab@gmail.com, and then the password that you'll use is SkyhawkPal2020, exclamation point, of course. So what you're going to end up doing, and I want to say thank you to Morgan, who's on this Zoom, because she really helped put a lot of this together. So I'll show you what this looks like. I think we've seen it before. But this is just sort of a landing page that we've been using, and we have all sorts of stuff here. And if you look, Morgan did lots of research resources for us. So when you're doing your empirical portion of your senior seminar thesis, you should have lots of existing data. And of course, we're always adding to that. You can also look at the pages from last year's PAL and what that looks like, but I've made you your pages here. And so this is where they'll be, and here are the groups. So to get to that, sorry, if I go back to my Weebly homepage, when you log in, you'll land here. And what you'll want to do is go to Edit Website, and that'll take you to this, which is the website editor. So, you know, please don't mess around too much with this. It's nothing too precious, but you don't need to worry about this stuff. What you'll do is go to Pages, and then you'll see here's all the pages. Don't get overwhelmed. You only need to worry about one. So go down to PAL 2020, and then you would choose yours. So, right, if I'm on with like Sal and Abby, I'll do economic variables, and here is your website. And this is essentially a blog website. So then you can go back to build, and you can add all sorts of stuff. And so, for example, you can do new post, right? And this would be, so you know, you'd have probably, what I would recommend doing is just have an overall group post where you do sort of the general introduction and literature review. And then you can each have your own individual post, and you'll see in the rubric for this assignment that I'm going to ask you to tie your individual hypothesis to 2 pieces of academic scholarship. And so what you can do is have a general lit review that you all already pretty much did for the hypothesis test PAL assignment, and I gave you lots of feedback on that. So you can do that, put that there, and then when you're doing your own, you can just reference, you know, as Smith 2011 and Tuber 2017 said, right? And then you can do your work there. But you'll add this. The only thing that I would say that you need to really know, this is pretty straightforward, but you notice like I'm clicking around and nothing's happening. That's because you have to like drag everything that you want from Weebly into your space, right? So you've got your title, but then let's say like I'm going to start by introducing, right? So I'm going to introduce my hypothesis, and then I'm going to show my, you know, image, right? And then I'm going to, you know, unpack my hypothesis test. So that's how you will edit in Weebly. It's nothing's too strange or scary. You could, because it is kind of weird, just go ahead and have a draft in a Word document, and then it's just a matter of copying and pasting. And then of course, you'll notice that one element of the rubric is that you have some sort of visual representation of your data or of your hypothesis test. And so again, you'll do that. And what you would do is sort of the same way that I have that other video that I posted on the 11.9 question, or the 11.9 discussion board, where it shows you how to get an image out of SPSS. I'm sorry for how complicated, I don't know why I'm sorry. It used to be easier than that. The new version is harder, so you have to kind of go through those hoops, but then you would just upload that here. All right, so that is, then you'll hit post when you're done. So that is how you will edit the political science web page. So you'll always be able to look back and say, like, look at this brilliant research that I did. What a great analyst you are. Any questions about that?
Does it automatically save as you go?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think you'd want to save it, and then you can come back to it once you hit post, it's out there. That's why I would really recommend that you like maybe use a Word doc or a Google doc to do a lot of the editing, because this is just a little more finicky, but then you can pop it in there and it's pretty easy. The only thing that's really going to get you is just like, it's kind of counterintuitive that you just have to like drag and drop every single thing. But so when you get in there, just go over to the editing section. Good question, Isabella. Other questions there? Okay, well, seeing none,